Tonight we had sausage waffle sticks. Starting off with my waffle batter, I'm going to separate my egg whites from my egg yolks in a small bowl, and then I'm going to use my electric mixer to begin beating those. Once they're very fluffy, I'm going to add in a little bit of sugar and cream of tartar until they reach stiff peaks, and then I'm going to set that aside. Then in a measuring cup, I'm going to melt my butter, and to that I'm going to add some oil and my extracts. Then I'm just going to add some vanilla bean paste and then mix that up and set it aside as well. For my dry ingredients, I'm going to combine flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, white sugar, and brown sugar. And I'm just going to mix that up really well and set it aside. For my wet ingredients, I'm just going to add buttermilk and whole milk to those egg yolks. And then I'm going to slowly start adding in my dry ingredients in a few iterations just so that we don't have any clumps. Once all of that is completely combined, then I'm going to slowly add in the oil and butter mixture, and then I'm just going to fold in my egg whites. And then once it's fully incorporated, your batter should look something like this. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my sausage links, and I'm just going to cut these up into little pieces. I cut it into 4, but I would recommend cutting them a little smaller, and you'll kind of see why later on. Then I just go ahead and brown these in a skillet until they kind of render a little bit of that excess fat and then get nice and brown. Then here I'm going to go ahead and heat my waffle irons, and I'm just going to add in a small amount of batter into each one, and then I put 4 little pieces of that sausage in each one, and then I put a little more of the waffle batter on top. And this was kind of a lot, but it worked out. Once they're done, I just open it up and I use a fork to kind of roll them out. I have just found that this works really easy without breaking them or dropping them. So I just do that. And then I'm just going to repeat this as many times as necessary. And then I'm going to serve it with a little container of syrup and a little powdered sugar. And there you have it. Hope you guys enjoy. If you try it, let me know.